So welcome back, guys, to another episode of Just Vanning It. In last week's episode, we free camped our way sort of around the back of Sydney down to Bateman's Bay and along the coast again. So yeah, and in this episode we're going to talk about when the isolation kicked in for us and where we were going to go and where the plans are going to go now. So I'm going to drop in a small little clip of our videoing that we did just before the isolation kicked in, and then stay tuned, and we'll be back when it's done.
Good day, welcome to our channel, Just Vanning It. We plan on taking 2 years to travel the big lap of Australia, exploring coastlines, capturing picturesque scenery, discovering remote destinations, and visiting iconic Australian landmarks. We'll be travelling in our trusty Ford Ranger and trusty Explorer caravan, free camping and budget camping our way around Australia.
Hi, I'm Deryck.
And I'm Sue.
And this is our English bulldog, Sophie.
Sit back, relax, and come along on our greatest journey, sharing our adventures, building our memories, and hopefully inspiring others to do the same.
Right, welcome back, guys. We're at our next free camp along the Snowy River. Sophie's just having a sleep, and yeah, so we're heading towards Melbourne. We're staying safe from this virus, as you want to call it, so we're isolating ourselves, so no one else around us at this free camp, which is great. Come let me take you outside and show you around. Morning, guys. Up early this morning. What's the time? 6. It's 6:15. We gotta get up. Where are we going today this morning?
Petman's Beach.
Petman's Beach. On the beach. Let's get up. Let's get it done. Let's see what it's all about. Right, we up this morning. Watched a beautiful sunrise, and we're ready to go. And we're going to Petman's Beach, about an hour's drive from here, so we'll just hitch the van and get on the road.
How's the road going, love?
So yeah, this road coming into Petman's Beach is pretty rough. It's pretty corrugated and it has a few potholes, but we're taking it easy. So far so good. Averaging about 20 k's an hour. As you can see, we're not going too fast, just drive to the conditions, and hopefully we can get there in about 20 minutes.
How's the drive, love?
Yeah, she's gotten a bit worse towards the end here. We've got 600 meters, it reckons, and corrugation is just terrible. It's just so bad. I'm barely moving, man.
Look at poor Sophie. Bubbles, what's happening, girl? What's going on?
Almost there. Hopefully it'll be worth it. Okay. So we're at a free camp. Well, I think it's one of our better ones along our trip. I know we keep saying our better ones, but honestly, this is a really nice free camp. We're at Petman Beach, just set up over there. And how good is this free camp?
So tell me why you never listen, why things should stay the same. So damn girl, pay attention, you're making me insane. But I don't wanna be with you, if this is what it's gonna be like. So damn girl, pay attention.
So yeah, it looks pretty good from above. So beach access just over there. It's got toilets. I haven't been up to the toilets yet. We'll go up there maybe later on tomorrow. I'll let you know what they look like and the conditions of them. Chopped up some firewood. We've got a lot of little fire tonight. Sit back, relax. We're gonna go take a walk on the beach now and just enjoy this. This is awesome.
This is what it's gonna be like. So never So let's take this to bed so we put it to rest. I've got one thing in mind that we both can agree on. Forget what you said, you forget what I did, or just turn up the heat and we'll keep it all night.
So yeah, it's a short walk up to the beach and pretty much have the beach to ourselves. Not a soul in sight. I do believe it's a pretty busy beach on the weekends for the fishermen. I can see why. It's not that many waves, and it's pretty deep off the beach to the shore there. So guys, yeah, we're just going to take a stroll on the beach and just enjoy it.
Between us, yeah, there's no denying. Sometimes I think we fight just so we can make up. Who really cares who's right? Who really cares? Forget what you said, you forget what I did, or just turn up the heat and we'll keep it all night long. Yeah, they will say, don't fall in love, save it for another day. It's just a joke.
So that's it, guys, for Patman's Beach. So this is the road in. It's pretty bad. You just gotta drive to conditions, let your tires down. But I mean, we got in with a rock and roller suspension, about 10 k's. It took us about an hour to drive it in and hour to drive it out. So yeah, so we're gonna keep heading towards Melbourne to another free camp. We'll just check on the weather and stuff when we get to Barnsdale. And yeah, let you guys know. So we just turned on to Springburg Lane. Over there onto this little bit of dirt road. Just looking for free camps. So we found this one, Fisherman's Riverside Free Camp. I don't know, I think it's about 4k down the road here, but anyway, let's do it.
Make me work, make me sweat inside, make me feel like I'm alive. Take this hurt, lady, throw it in my face. Don't let these bones slow you down, 'cause I'm coming on strong.
So we just set up at the Fisher's Riverside Rest Area. Quite a popular little spot actually. A few people here, as you can see. Down over there. Pick this spot, a little opening on the river. So it's along the river. Beautiful fire going. Got wraps for dinner tonight from the leftover pork. Just going to sit back, relax, have a cold beer. And just enjoy the evening. So guys, yeah, that's it for Fisher's Riverside Campsite. Free camp, no toilets, no water, pretty basic. But yeah, packed up. It's been great. We spent 2 nights here. Bit windy, bit chilly. But yeah, it was good. So now what we're doing is we're heading through to Sale, to the showground there for the night, just so that we can catch up on laundry, do a few things and make some decisions regarding this virus and our travels. So we don't want to stop our travels, but realistically we just got to sit down and have a look at it and just make some decisions. So yeah, let's crack on.
So that's as far as we got before the COVID-19 restrictions came into place. When they did come into place, we found ourselves in a bit of a tricky situation. Our property in Queensland is currently being let out for a year, so we didn't have the option to go back home as such. So a friend of mine offered for us to stay with her for a week or two while those restrictions were in place. So we travelled through to Melbourne City really, and stayed with her for a week, which was amazing to stay in an apartment with carpets and a comfy couch. So thank you to her, she knows who she is. But it then became apparent that the restrictions would go on for a lot longer than a 2-week period. So we got online and emailed a few caravan parks that were situated within, I'd say, 50 to 100 kilometres of Melbourne, to try and find somewhere more permanent to stay for the duration of the lockdown. And Lang Lang Foreshore, which is based on the Bass Strait, came back to us and said that they could take us due to being displaced travellers and our current situation. So we travelled out to them. They were about 80 kilometres outside of Melbourne and settled down there.
Yeah, so we got there. We had to be self-contained really, because the ablutions and all that was locked up. You had to have your own washing machine, shower and toilet, which we have. So we got down there, beautiful spot. We got set up. The first day was really good. Second day was really good, and then the weekend came along with the severe weather, which we had no idea. It was like second time we've ever been to Victoria. The wind over the weekend reached up to about 130 kilometre gust winds.
Yeah.
That this caravan was shaking, absolutely insane. It was not comfortable at all. It went on for 2 days and then it settled down, and the week was okay. We're kind of shocked with the weather, really, being in a caravan, but yeah, and then yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't stop there. So the actual park itself was absolutely beautiful, based on the foreshore, stunning views, farmland behind you, bay in front of you. There was a lovely walk all along the cliffs.
Yeah, beautiful.
Had a week of that weather, really. Rain, bit of wind, quite cold. Thought we'd lived through that first weather incident. The second weekend hit and it was even worse. Again, the winds gusting, I think on average blowing about 60 kilometres an hour, and then the gusts up to 135 k's again. So it was literally running outside every 5 minutes, putting back the awning, packing everything away. The second weekend, actually, the water from the bay was coming up over the wall and started flooding the foreshore, and probably got within about, I'd say, 2 meters of the van. And yeah, kind of had to decide what we were going to do, because the lockdown was a 3-month period, and the weather had just been grueling for 2 weeks. So we chatted about it, decided it would probably be best to make a move if we could. Obviously quite tricky because we had already filled out all the declarations for being misplaced. We emailed a few more campgrounds and caravan sites that were based a bit more inland, possibly off the shore and a bit more protected from the weather. We probably emailed about 8 places in total. And Cobram the Willows came back to us to say that they could take us because we were displaced. And I actually contacted or emailed the local police station to ask them about the travel restrictions, explained that we were displaced or misplaced, and explained that we had had 2 severe weather instances living in a caravan. Within a week. They kindly came back to us and actually gave us permission to travel, provided that it was a direct route from Lang Lang Foreshore through to Cobram, the Willows. And yeah, we kind of packed up and headed off 2 days later.
Yeah, it was a difficult decision to make, because we didn't want to, with the whole restrictions and that, we didn't want to be those people, but that weather was absolutely just destroying our stuff. Like, it was not comfortable at all. You couldn't sleep. The wind was that bad that caravan was shaking. I don't know what it will take to blow a caravan over at the size, but
I googled it.
It does
150 kilometers.
It does kind of shake you up a little bit, and that was only a week, and it was a 360 kilometer drive to Cobram. We got here, we got set up. It's a lot more sheltered. The people are friendly. Same thing. Isolated ourselves for 2 weeks from everyone. Shower, toilet, etc. And yeah, guys. So we've been here now for 2 weeks.
Yep.
It's been a good thing. We've isolated ourselves here for the duration of this isolation period, and it's coming down to the talks now that some of the restrictions are being lifted, but not in Victoria. So our plans originally were to go clockwise around Australia to follow the hot weather, and obviously we got to sail, and that's where it ended. So we're up at Cobram now, and we're in the smack bang coming into winter.
Yep.
We had no winter clothes. We bought a little electric heater. We've got some jumpers and some tracksuit pants from Kmart or something like that. So the future plans are, if we're allowed to travel between borders again, we're going to be going through to the Flinders Ranges, and then up through the Northern Territory, Uluru, Alice Springs, and come out sort of at Darwin area, and then come anti-clockwise down the west coast of Australia, down to sort of Esperance and then across to Nullarbor. And hopefully we can go across. Our plans will stay to go to Tassie at the end of January 2021 for possibly, hopefully, about 3 months. If we're allowed to travel and we're not allowed to cross borders, we're just going to camp along the Murray River, because we're only about 2-minute drive from the Murray River, literally, and that's the border of Victoria and New South Wales.
Well, we got as close to New South Wales as possible for the weather.
Yeah.
Because we knew it would probably be warmer than being sort of lower down in Victoria.
So if we're allowed to travel within the state, we're going to just stay along the Murray River. There's plenty of free camps along the Murray River. Try and put some money in the bank account again, and then when we're allowed to travel across states again, then we'll relook at the situation, but hopefully we still can go to the Flinders Ranges and then up through the centre of Uluru, Alice Springs, up to Darwin, and then down the west coast of Australia, hopefully towards that end of the year. It's unfortunate, but I know the weather around Australia, you've got to be in different parts of Australia with times of the year, in different times of the year for the weather to have the best opportunity. And we don't want to be stuck coming down on the top of Australia in the wet season. So that's why I've kind of decided that's the way we're going to go. So we'll be coming down the west coast, down to Perth, see some friends in Perth, down to Esperance and all that kind of stuff, and carry on creating these YouTube videos and get you guys some information of where we're going and just have a little bit of fun. That's what it's about.
Some of the positives that have come out of the isolation period, we have managed to slow down, because for the first 3 months we were really travelling fast, staying maybe 2 nights maximum at any given stop, which really drove the fuel costs up. We also had a fair bit of maintenance to do on the van. Obviously we bought the van second hand. We hadn't lived in it before, and it's given us time to address those issues. For instance, Deryck's had to look at the water tanks. We had 2 major leaks in 2 of the tanks, so he actually got under the caravan, took those off, had a look at them, and had a crack at sealing them. How did that go?
Yeah, didn't go too good or too well. So I'll have another crack at it this week. Otherwise, it's going to be new tanks.
Yeah. I had a small incident. Well, I've had it 3 times actually, where I've flooded the van by mistake. I've left the tap running in the sink.
3 times.
Deryck does say I'm a bit of a clumsy person, but on the first instance that I did that, it actually blew the electrics and it blew our microwave. So we've been living for 2 months without a microwave, which isn't the end of the world, but it's a really convenient thing to have. And yesterday we went into town for a few essentials, and I literally saw Deryck running up the main street carrying a box about as big as himself, and he had managed to find us a really good deal on a new microwave, which is installed. So thank you very much.
And it fitted perfectly in exactly the same spot. I didn't have to cut out anything. It's slotted straight in there. So
to the centimetre. I've never been so excited about using a microwave in my life. And we've also got to take a look at the washing machine, because that for some reason is not draining. So it's these constant sort of small issues that you sort of work through and have to adjust to. He also fitted my washing line, which is fantastic, and he's built himself a
camera, because I've got a lot of camera gear charging everywhere in the caravan.
Everywhere.
So
in the caravan.
everything needs one power point, and so I went out to Bunnings and bought myself this thing, a little case, and I've actually made a charging station now. So the case can go in the back of the ute, and it does the drone, my Canon, the GoPro, these new microphones we got the other day. I hope this is better audio, because that's something we've been trying to work on. So I ordered this a little while ago, and they arrived this week. So this is our first video with it. But guys, now living in a caravan in isolation has got its challenges. We don't have any kids. We've got a dog, and one of the reasons down in Lang Lang was it rained every day and everything was always wet. But we could have got past that realistically. But yeah, it's got its challenges. It's not a big area to live in, especially now in the cold. We can't really sit outside, so we're stuck inside the caravan every day. Stu works on the caravan. I do my editing here. Yeah, the walls are definitely starting to come down on you.
Yep, absolutely. But we are walking every day for an hour every day, which is keeping us sane. You are still allowed out and exercising in Victoria. So that's kept us busy and probably been quite good for us. Deryck's getting quite competitive, trying to do more steps than I do in a day, but sadly has not managed to take that trophy home yet. But yeah, I think it's about just, going about it daily, carrying on normal life. I do have my work every day, 8 hours a day, and that keeps me sane. I don't know how Deryck is managing to survive, but he seems to be keeping himself busy, and it's great because a lot's being done on the van, so...
Yeah, you got to try and take the positives out the negatives through this situation. But I don't think it's going to be too much longer, and we're going to be able to... I don't think we'll ever go back to a normal life very, very, very soon, but just to be able to get out and...
Yeah, and I think
just travel a little bit, like not massively, but just go to a new little location and isolate ourselves there for a little while again, like along the Murray. That's all free camping. You can have a fire. You can maybe even go back to a little bit of fishing. I mean, in Victoria we can't fish yet, so not much you can do at the moment, but we get through it.
And I think when we do get to it, even if it is just traveling within the state, we're really going to value it. And possibly not the worst thing that can happen early in our travels, just to sort of really highlight why we're doing it and why it's important and what's important to take out of it. So it's given us time to really think about that and sort of reset our focus.
So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for our updates. If you want to keep a live update of what's going on, you can head over to Instagram. We're on Instagram, just vanning it. We post stories and photos on there, and keep it's a bit more up to date on what we're doing. Also, we have a website that a friend of ours got up and running for us at www.justvanning.net. I'm going to be posting up a few blogs on how we actually ended up traveling and the first month of traveling and all that kind of stuff. I've got the stuff, I've just got to upload it onto the website, so there'll be a few things to read up on our website and some photos and stuff like that.
Great photos, and also all the episodes for
all the episodes of our YouTube channel as we're going along. And guys, we're just having a bit of fun making these videos for our family and friends, especially back in South Africa, and possibly bringing some information to the guys that want to do it, are in the same situation as us, if you want to work on the road and travel Australia, or just different things really. But guys, so that's a wrap for this episode. Hit the like and subscribe button and the little notification bell wherever it is, and until the next one.